Hello everyone. Now in this video lecture we will see bars with varying cross sections, that is rectangular cross sections, and this is varying circular cross sections. Let us see some analysis part of this one. We have already seen the bars with stepped bars analysis is done already. Now the bars with continuously varying cross sections like tapered shapes. So for this type of bars, how the stress concentrations strains will be. Now bars with varying circular cross sections. A bar uniformly tapering from a diameter d1. So it is getting tapered from, actually there is a bar with the diameter d1. It is getting tapered to a diameter d2. At the other end the diameter is d2. It is clearly shown in this figure. Now let P is the axial tensile load on the bar. P is an axial tensile load on the bar. L is the length of the bar. E is Young's modulus of that particular material. So what is given? P is axial load. D1, D2 are diameters. Tapered diameter is D2. Axial diameter is D1. And the L is length of the bar. Now let us consider a small element dx of the element length of dx of the bar at a distance x away from this base. Let the diameter of the bar be d, capital D. I mean at this distance x, the diameter of the bar is d, and the length is this the differential length is dx, and from the left, and so that is what is considered. Next, the dx at a distance x, the diameter dx is given by d1 first diameter minus d1 minus d2 by L into x. It is from the principle of similar triangles we are going to get this relation. So it is d1 minus d1 minus d2 by L into x, where so then there is one constant assumed where k is equals to d1 minus d2 by L. Area of cross section of the bar at a distance x from left end. So area of cross section is ax pi by 4 dx square. At left end it is x square, and it is pi by 4 d1 minus kx whole square, because this dx is nothing but d1 minus kx. Now the stress at a distance x from the left end is given by sigma x is equals to load by ax. So load is P and ax is pi by 4 d1 minus kx whole square. So pi, so 4p by pi into d1 minus kx whole square. The strain Ex in the small element of the length dx is obtained by using the equation. Now we need to find out the elemental stress. So when we find elemental stress on integration, we will get the overall stress or strain. Strain is what we are going to get. So Ex is equals to stress by Young's modulus, stress sigma x by E. So which is equals to 4p by pi into d1 minus kx whole square into 1 by E is equals to 4p by pi E into d1 minus kx whole square. Extension of small elemental length dx, strain dx into dx, that is Ex into dx. Because strain is Ex, When strain is Ex, when we know this, multiply Ex with dx, we get the extension in the length. Dx is the actual length. What is the extension of this small length? Dx. That is given by this formula. Now we need to integrate this one. So Ex into dx. How we get Ex? Sigma x by E. So sigma x by E into this dx. So 4p by pi E into d1 minus kx whole square into dx. Then the total extension of the bar is obtained by integrating the above equation between the limit 0 and L. Here the length of the bar is L. So the limit is starting from 0 to this length L. Now you integrate from 0 to L, 4p dx by pi E d1 minus kx whole square, 4p by pi E integral 0 to L d1 minus kx whole power minus 2. So on integration, whatever the value we get, that will be the final result. So here some mathematical calculation is done, multiplying and dividing by minus k. Then simple, just you do differentiation, or simply you elaborate this one, like no, we cannot elaborate this one. So x to the power minus n, that differentiation we need to do, minus 2 into uh, so here minus k is taken. So finally we get the differentiation, sorry, integration of this one is d minus k x by minus 1 into minus of k. So finally, we get the answer for dl. The change in length is 4p by pi ek into 1 by d1 minus k into l minus 1 by d1, where k is d1 minus d2 by l. So on further simplification, the final answer we get is dl is equals to 4pl by pi e d1 d2. So the final expression, the total extension for change in length dl is 4pl by pi e d square. This is the 4pl by pi e d square is the total change in length of this bar, taper bar. Bars with varying rectangular cross sections. So the same analysis is done in the same way. Here same here, it is the bar with the rectangular cross section. The previous one is circular cross section. Same thing, we need to consider a bar with length a here, width a is bigger than the width b, and we need to consider a width a x here. So that is given by a minus b by l into x. So a minus b by l is equals to k, and a minus k into x. Now, thickness of the bar at section xx is t. Area of the section xx is equals to width into thickness a minus kx into t. Stress on the thickness xx is given by load by area p by a minus kx into t. Extension of the small element length dx is given by strain into length dx. So stress by Young's modulus is a strain into dx, length, that is dx, length dx. So p by a minus kx into t by e by e into dx. So this is already known. Stress value is known here from this above one. So when you substitute this and on integration, we are going to get a different value for this. So only thing is you should know the integration, and first thing, the area, elemental area is what you should know first. So that when you know the elemental area, you can find out what is stress at that particular area, and you can find strain at that particular element. Mm, and when you find that strain of that element, you integrate it within the limits, then you will get the final strain value. Here it is PL by ET A minus B into log A by B. This is the overall change in length, that is elongation in uh, tapered rectangular cross sectional bar. Next, elongation due to elongation of bar due to self weight. Because of the self weight of the bar which is hanging over the seals, that will get elongation. And here the weight has got a different has got an importance to for in elongation of the bar. Now this is load by area stress strain into dx. Del into x, it is nothing but uh, stress by e x modulus into dx. This will give the deformation of the element, nothing but change in length. So let us consider a long rod or a bar. It is fixed to the seal and it is circular in cross section. It is given, and cross sectional area is circular. And let us consider an element with thickness dx at a distance x from the free end, and the overall length is L. The limits are starting from 0 to L. Now 0 to L, del dx is given by del L integral 0 to L wx dx by A. So what is del? Del is the change in length actually. Dx is uh, the element. So 0 to L, it is del L. So this will be del L is equals to integral 0 to L W x dx by A. And if W is the total weight of the bar, then W is the total weight of the bar. Actually, Wx is the weight of the bar at that particular element, elemental weight. But W is the total weight, then del L can be written as WL by 2AE. This is the basic and final formula. WL by 2AE is the final formula, where this gamma is given by W by AL. And this principle of superposition we have already completed. And there are some examples to be discussed here. Some example problems need to be discussed based on simple principle of superposition. One problem we have seen from Bansal. Now this one we will see here. You're having a single A, B, C, D bar. Its x modulus is given, and it has uniform cross sectional area. And at A it is 10 to left, B 3 kilonewtons to the right, and at a distance of 900 mm it is 5 kilonewton and 12 kilonewton as shown in the figure. Now we should go for free body diagram of this one. Take AB section separately. 10 kilonewton is acting this side. So this side it is 3 kilonewton. So how much is required here? When it is 10, here it has to be 3 means 3, but here you have 12 in the same direction. 12 plus 3, not only 3 is here, you are also having 12, 3, but 5 is in opposite direction. So if I take 10, so the opposite direction must be subtracted, and 12 plus 3, 15 minus 5, it is 10. So it is tensile. Next at B. So at B, how it is happening? At B, 3 is to the right, but 10 is to the left. So out of these two, then it is 7 is acting here. And here at C, 12 is to the right, 5 is to the left, 7 is acting here. So 7 kilonewtons compressive, tensile. Because 12 minus 7 in the direction of acting away from the member cross sectional area, it is 7 and 7 kilonewtons, and this is tensile. Both are tensile, and the final one is also tensile. So how it is a tensile? 12 in outward direction, and this is 5. 12 plus 3, 15, and this is 15. So this is, so summation of these three: 10 plus 5, 15, 15 minus 3, 12 in negative direction. 10 plus 3, 10 plus 5 minus 3 is 12. So again, it is tensile. And the strains here are also tensile strains. When you add, when you get the values, you should add them. PL1, P1, L1 by A, E. P2, L2 by A, E. P3, L3 by A, E. Now P1 is different, L1 is different, A, E are different. So when you substitute these values, and we are going to get a positive value, overall positive change, it here it is 0.047 mm.